Are we on?
Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah, after a long time.
A long.
Hey, sorry, my one guy who was like, "Hey, man, where the podcast at?"
Yeah, we
man?
had one fan actually checking for us.
Yeah, like after we stopped posting, that's how you know what I'm saying, who fuck with you, who miss you when you gone. I forget his name. I think it was like Wyatt or something.
Yeah, give him a shout out.
Yeah,
But
I gotta find him.
But now we're back.
Yeah, we back. That's all that matters.
It's RNDM cuts.
Yeah, we bigger and better than ever. I don't even know what episode
Season
this
2.
is. Season 2, yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Season 2, I guess.
Season 2.
I know podcasts that for some reason
do seasons.
Do seasons. Like, shout out Stevie Weeby. For some reason, he got like 6 seasons, but nothing is different about any of them.
Is it like perpetual seasons? Me and my wife watch Good Mythical Morning, and they do seasons. It makes more sense, but their seasons go in between like a 3-week layoff, and then it's the next season. And
even if it's a season, even if it's the same shit, do something else. Like, make it look different or
change the set.
Yeah, I think if you change the set, that constitutes a season in a podcast. If you really want to, for some reason, have seasons, change the set.
I was thinking
change the camera angles, at least. Shit.
I was thinking seasons more like the video game phenomenon now, where games have different seasons, like Fortnite season 4.
I mean, well, Fortnite is they keep making new.
A lot of games are doing it now. Like a lot of fighting
GTA
games
is kind of like that too, where they just keep adding new shit, where it's just continuously playable for fucking 6 years after release.
Right. All right. So where were we during this whole layoff? What were we up to?
I was at school. I think you were too.
Well, initially we didn't record because I was traveling. I was on some Carmen San Diego around the world type of shit.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I think
have we done one since
we did a podcast when you came back? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's been that long.
I'm jet lagged still.
Yeah, it's been that long that we just, hey man, I don't know how to sign in on my shit on here, so I'm gonna shout you out in like the description or the video or some shit.
Yeah, shout out to you.
I think your name was Wyatt though, if I'm not mistaken.
What's
but
up,
you
Wyatt?
know who you are, because you're probably the only nigga watching this right now.
But now we're back. So what's on the agenda?
Well, you came up with a bunch of shit. This is
a bunch of shit.
Yeah, this is an episode pretty much made by you. Are my phones going off? That's funny.
I'm professional.
Yeah, I hope that don't continue to happen.
Well, okay, so let me pull from the agenda here. We are going to be reviewing a pretty good album.
Black Dots.
Spoilers. Pretty good album. Black Dots by Bad Brains.
Yeah, we gonna be doing that. And
hardcore punk / Rastafarian / I don't know. What's the next slash? Slash should be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not that it matters, but they should at least get some acknowledgement.
That's what I think.
Like, they were on the ballot a few years ago. They're older gentlemen right now. They should at least get some acknowledgement to their contributions.
Yeah, I don't know.
As a notable all-black hardcore punk band from the 80s who also played a lot of reggae. And good reggae.
Yeah, it is crazy to, have all those things going for you and be that good. Like there's so much going on with the Bad Brains. So
we're going to be going over that a little bit later. Okay, so we were flying a little bit looser in season 1, but now that season 2 has started, goddamn it, we're changing something.
We're gonna be professional.
We couldn't change the set, so it really shouldn't constitute a season 2. But goddamn it, we're gonna get a little bit more tapped in. We're gonna do some more research.
Yeah, I'm gonna not say like every fucking sentence.
He's gonna try.
Yeah.
So today we are flying a little bit loose. Actually, you had something that popped up. There was a new album, some artwork for an album.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big deal, at least to me and you. The Freddie Gibbs, Madlib, new shit.
Team up.
It's supposed to be dropping. I don't know. I don't have really any information other than that is supposed to be hinted to drop. We filming this at 1:20 Central Time on May 29th, and it's supposed to be dropping tomorrow, apparently, according to
tomorrow
Reddit post.
Tomorrow is in like midnight tonight. A lot of most artists do that now.
Yeah, I don't know what these artists doing nowadays, bro.
Okay, well, I'm excited for that one because while I haven't paid too much attention to just like Freddie Gibbs on his own, I'm a huge Madlib fan.
Yeah,
I love his beats, and I think Pinata, the notable album, that was like Freddie Gibbs' best work. Those were some of Madlib's probably greatest beats to me, just on the nostalgia wave.
I don't know. I want to speak on Freddie Gibbs' entire work because I'm not that familiar with it to speak on his whole discography.
Me either. But I mean, back a few years ago I was into a few things. I went through a couple Dat Piff compilations.
Yeah, I saw him at the rave a few weeks ago. That was cool.
You know what, dude? I just got a envelope in the mail from the rave with 4 Freddie Gibbs tickets in it like a couple weeks ago.
And why? How did you get that?
I have no idea. I didn't find it until like a couple of days ago when my wife was like, "What's in this envelope? Who's Freddie Gibbs? There's 4 tickets to the rave." And I was like, "Oh."
Did you win? Did you like enter a contest or something?
No, I was like, if I saw that, maybe I'll go see some Freddie Gibbs. I was thinking maybe I should give him to you. But I'm like, you can probably, right, you can just get in whenever.
I worked there.
So I'm like, what am I going to do with Freddie Gibbs tickets? I'm not super duper interested, but Pinata was a great album. And while I attribute a lot of that to Madlib, Freddie Gibbs is still a great rapper.
And he's still a big part of that project. He's a big part of the reason I like that project. Not only...
Well, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should give him, a more of an even split. So when it comes down to... Because his content and the way he put together songs really made that album too, I think. But since the Madlib thing, I don't know, his albums haven't been super compelling for me.
Yeah.
And sorry, I think that was my phone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm getting like crazy. Apps, when you download apps, oh my God, you got to really manage the notifications.
Yeah.
Or it's a jungle in your fucking phone.
But yeah, Freddie Gibbs, I would like to dig into his discography a bit more. I just haven't got the time. But as soon as Bandana, that's what it's called. As soon as that drop, I'm gonna probably be trying to dig into that. I've been really off of listening to music, man. I don't really. A lot of people be getting stressed at the end of the school year because finals coming around and all that shit. Like, I don't usually be the nigga that's like stressed and shit. But goddamn, I fell off on a lot of stuff because I just had to, wrap everything up.
I mean, that's just finals. That's how it is. When it's finals, it's crunch time.
And I didn't even have a lot of finals. Like, I had just, to get a lot of, final assignments in and shit. Like, I didn't have like a big test like how a lot of classes have at the end of the semester in most of my classes. And if I did, I took it at home and I just looked up all the answers.
Yeah, it was like crunch time for me too. When we go over this whole video game discussion of how I have a lot of video games that I don't play because I don't have time to, it's fucking crunch time, like damn near when you're in school. And I've been in school for the past, 3-4 years. So, I mean, the good thing for me is it's almost done, but you still got something to go, right?
Yeah, I still got another year to go. I thought, like, they said it was like a 2-year program, but the way the math work out, like, it's so many classes. Like, I was taking a hell of a lot of classes, and it's still, the math just don't work out to 2 years,
Yeah.
Because honestly, I thought I would have been done with school.
No, it doesn't work out for 2 years because it's fine print on that. It's 2 years minus all the general classes you have to take.
Yeah.
Minus the science, the psychology, economics, and all these other classes that have nothing to do with your major.
Yeah.
And so it's misleading almost when you see that and you think I can get a 2-year degree.
Yeah, because my mom was just asking me like, I thought your program was for 2 years. And I'm like, the way the classes work out.
No, it's 2 years of courses to your major. The only way I think you can get through this thing in about 2 years.
If you only do the technical stuff. And I already got
you can't only do the technical stuff.
I can only do the, like...
Oh, you don't have to finish
as an audio engineering student, I can only do audio classes and get my...
Oh, so why are you doing the... Oh, because you just get a technical degree.
Because I get my associate's degree. I already got my technical diploma.
Okay.
But if I just get the associate's degree, my high school, I got my first year free. So I didn't have to... I didn't have to pay for the first year. So I'm like, fuck it. I might as well finish and get the associates.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. I mean, I feel like I had to get the associates. I mean, I could have got a technical degree, but I think the technical degree, if you just get that, is like frowned upon like just a technical degree?
I mean, I don't think it's frowned upon, especially as an audio engineer.
Well, in my field, like, god damn it, a lot of the job requirements, you at least need a bachelor's. Like, an associate's is not even, I mean, it's okay, but get a bachelor's. So if you just get the technical, which is below the associates, you better be great.
Yeah, I don't know. Audio is a little bit different, but the thing about audio school, if any audio engineering students are listening to this, is that one of the most valuable things about being at audio school is not only the equipment and the knowledge that they're giving you, but it's the people that you're around. Like, I just got invited randomly by one of my teachers to a show. He told me he might pay me. He didn't, but it was more valuable than being paid. I was able to, run a live show on my own for maybe like the second time ever. And, things worked out like that. And then, I think building the relationships that you're able to build as an audio student is the most important thing. That's why you would want to stay longer. Like, if I just decided, I was done last semester, or if I decided, I was done at the end of high school, I would have just, I would be doing stuff right now, but I'm really benefiting from being in school longer, being around people who got the same mindset as me longer and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
that's what we've been doing. That's why we ain't been recording. I'm trying to put my fucking life together. I'm 19, fucking Wyatt. Nigga, don't ask me where the podcast. I actually do.
Yeah, shout out to Wyatt.
Yeah, shout out Wyatt if that's your name.
Because we like the podcast.
Yeah.
So
we want to keep doing it.
We want to do it. You got to be consistent. But goddamn, sometimes life just fucking smacks you in the fucking...
We need a damn sponsor from somebody
from Audible.
From Audible.
Sponsored by Audible.
Yeah, we need a sponsor from fucking MeUndies. Like, nigga... MeUndies. Nigga, I'll wear...
Is that a new one?
No,
I haven't heard of the MeUndies. I usually the YouTube rounds of like the
Blue Apron
sponsorship money. You see it because everybody you watch will start throwing out Blue Apron. What else? Audible,
Clash of Clans or some shit.
Clash of Clans. Those are the ugliest ones. Those are the ones when niggas fucking segue from what they were saying into
now
Clash of Clans.
The Clash of the Clans ad. But I mean, nigga, let Clash of the Clans throw some cash our way.
But fuck it, get that money,
nigga. Let Clash of the Clans,
because YouTube is not paying you. Probably
I'm gonna most definitely be turning around like
with the green screen, with the explosion behind you.
Exactly, nigga. You think I'm not? You think I'm gonna just be like, nah. What's some other shit?
Have you seen BetterHelp?
The fuck is that?
Oh no, I watched too much Philip DeFranco.
Well,
BetterHelp was a sponsor. Yeah, I mean it was like BetterHelp. It was like some online therapist shit.
Oh yeah, and what's the website one? The fucking. It's every podcast got the same fucking ad.
Yeah, they all got them.
Like,
I mean, it's hard to internalize them because with ads, I'm just like block it out.
I know it because I've heard it so many times. I'm kind of upset that it's escaping me right now, but it don't really matter. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah. You know,
you build your website for you, nigga. Go get a website built, nigga. That's how much.
Squarespace.
Squarespace.
That's fucking Squarespace.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Figured that one out. Nice job. All right. So let's get into some good conversation, a fun conversation, especially between me and you. We're going to talk about the rap god. Marshall Bruce Masters.
That's the worst.
Was that the cringiest way I could have came in on that?
Yes, that's the worst way to ever. I would never want somebody to call Eminem the rap god. Like, oh my god.
He raps like a robot. So call him Rapbot. Let's get it. All right. Eminem. And it was an interesting case here. It's a lot of ways you could branch off into this conversation. But Eminem, who I've noticed was at one time a lot of people's like favorite rapper.
Yeah.
A beloved rapper from, late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, he's one of those... transcendent type of rappers who have just been around forever,
Yeah, he's
through different stages.
A fucking legend,
But what I'm noticing, I'm still a big fan of Eminem. You know, anytime an album drops, anytime a song, I at least check it out. But over the years, and everybody knows where I'm going with it, there seems to have been a shift to where he is one of the most polarizing rappers right now. Not just like beloved Eminem, but there's a whole set of people.
Hate train.
There's a whole group of Lord Jamars who just make it their business to be like, fuck Eminem. This is not good. This is not music.
You're a guest in the house of hip hop, nigga. Or you know.
Well, he's the only one I'm hearing saying that, but most people are usually just kind of critiquing the music and shitting on the music. You yourself has been somebody who you haven't listened to a lot of the newer stuff, but you hold the same opinion almost. And I want to know what this opinion is. I want it vocalized and broken down, just to put it out there.
The problem with Eminem today, meaning what was the previous project?
And we'll start this off by saying that. And you and a lot of the people who critique him say, I love the older stuff.
I think Eminem has classic albums. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But Revival, meaning not even Revival. Any M album that start with an R, for me, is not on the listen list. Like, if any Eminem album that start with an R come up on my Spotify,
Recovery, Relapse, and Revival.
It's an automatic skip. The last one, I think it was better than because he tried to kind of redeem himself because Revival got shit on, like
Kamikaze.
Huge dump on Revival.
I recently just kind of re-listened to that album a little bit, not all the way through, but in like segments. And all right, we'll get to it, but keep going.
Yeah, so I think I don't know. I think because of how bad a lot of the stuff M is doing to nowadays, I'm just kind of like, he really got to like prove himself. Like, I'll watch an Eminem cypher any day, and that's where I'm going with this, is that Eminem is, I think we could all agree that Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time. He'd probably rap most guys under the table, but the problem is not that he can't rap, is that his music is kind of trash. Like the music overall, and then even sometimes with the rapping, it could be the dad bars,
I feel like and there may be other inspirations out there too. You still got Tech Nines out there, you got Twisters or whatever. I feel like some of the new Eminem style has spawned like that whole wave of the fast rap thing, which you don't like either.
Yeah, I mean,
where it's more emphasized on like rapping faster than having like ultimate content within the faster rap. Would you say Eminem is like in the mix of like being
that you just reminded me of the fucking Logic Joyner Lucas track. Like,
they weren't rapping super fast on
Logic that. Logic always does.
And you're not a big Logic fan either.
No.
So with the whole Eminem thing, we're gonna look at right now the good, the bad, where it probably went wrong. And I got pulled up some fun just for fun. We got the cringiest, wackest lines just for a good laugh. So let's get started. Let's go. Let's start with the good. Okay. The good.
I mean, I think that's pretty obvious.
Which is generally considered infinite to Eminem Show. You have your reservations about Eminem Show.
I'm not. I like the Eminem Show. I just don't.
You don't consider it one of the classics.
It ain't in the same category as Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP.
Where would you put Infinite?
It's pretty damn good. It's just it's a demo.
I mean, it's kind of an album. It's not a major release. It's not like a.
It's good, but it's a demo.
How many songs is on this one? Let me pull it up.
Like, don't get me wrong.
That's 11 songs.
Don't get me wrong.
That's LP length.
I love.
It's about
Infinite.
37 minutes.
I love Infinite, but it's demo quality. Maybe it's because of the time it was made.
96. I don't know.
Yeah, it's demo quality.
Yeah, it's not high. It's not what would become.
I mean, and I guess that don't really matter a lot of the times, especially when I'm here for the raps. But the raps, they were pretty good, but they were still kind of juvenile on Infinite. Like, he was still.
Juvenile. Slim Shady LP. What?
I mean, Slim Shady LP was just a bit more put together as music, as a project, as an identity of.
I feel like that was the most That was the most. That was the album where he was most of the character.
Yeah.
The wild, wacky shit. The songs where chicks, people overdosing on mushrooms and the story raps
comical
of
shit
the comical story raps of like as the world turns and that kind of stuff. So those are generally regarded as the classics. Marshall Mathers LP, Undisputed, probably I think classic, probably the best album. I would say.
I would.
The most polished.
I would
in
agree.
his prime. Eminem. Almost every song is a. I remember this song. I haven't. A feeling towards this song pulls me in is great.
Yeah, you probably have that more than I do because I just started getting Eminem a couple years ago.
It gets a little bit personal in places, and it's more well put together as opposed to the Slim Shady LP, which is great, but it's like the wacky. It's wacky Eminem. It's a Slim Shady LP.
Yeah, you can't take it as seriously, at least from me.
I mean, not Eminem Show. Marshall Mathers LP. There are some.
It has its moments.
Fucking like Kim on Marshall Mathers LP. Only people who like to listen to Kim are like deranged that I've come across in life. Who like to they have something wrong with them. Like, what's wrong with you that you want to hear this? The song is like disturbing as shit.
Is that the song where he was like
where he's like killing Kim? He's killing his baby mama like graphically, like, come here, bitch, and then crying, talking about slitting throats and fucking. Then he like kills her and strangles her.
I skipped that song so much that I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's just terrifying. It's like, what the fuck. But those are the classics. So I think where you start hitting a wall a little bit, and I think it may be due to personal problems too that he was probably going through at the time, was Encore for me. Encore was
right after Infinite Show. I mean,
the Eminem show. That was 2004 for Encore.
The Infinite Show.
That's 2004, and it's kind of crazy to say that, and this is what a lot of people hold against him, that the wall is hit. And it's hit for like the next decade because we're just starting to talk about in 2019 like maybe the comeback trail for Eminem with the Kamikaze album, and this started in 2004.
Yeah, Eminem is on the upswing with Kamikaze.
So that's like 15 years almost of like questionable work and having people question. Almost 15 years.
I don't know. I
don't think many people were questioning Encore, but I think that's where you notice the dip in quality of whatever.
You said what?
I don't think people at the time were questioning Encore and saying it was a whack album.
Maybe not at the time.
No, I don't think people were saying Eminem was whack, but I think that's where you start noticing the dip in like what.
I think it's definitively whack.
Encore?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull up the track list.
I think
Curtains Up, Evil Deeds, Never Enough, Yellow Brick Road, like Toy Soldiers was a hit.
Toy Soldiers was cool.
Mosh. I mean, but this is where it wasn't. It was a little bit of a difference to me, and I think was this after 8 Mile.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I think 8 Mile was a notable thing to where it was like a change, a shift. Eminem, I don't know. It was moving away from whatever we think.
Whenever Eminem started wearing do-rags that were two-tone do-rags, that's when
two-tone do-rags and Jordan jumpsuits.
Yeah, that's when he started to not be like Marshall Mathers LP.
Big Weenie. He has a song on here named Big Weenie. Yeah, Mockingbird. He had some radio hits on here still, which he always has on any album. He has those radio hits that are like, Mockingbird, like Toy Soldiers, Ass Like That. I liked Ass Like That. That was a funny, wacky song, I guess. Was cool. Just Lose It was trying to go back and get a real Slim Shady or a My Name Is, and I think it was a little forced. So yeah, this is where it starts declining a little bit. We're skipping completely over D12, but that's all right for me.
I'm not. Who was thinking about D12?
I mean, there's some good songs out of that, mostly because of
maybe I gotta go listen to it. I don't know.
Okay. So now that we got through the 90s and the classics in the early 2000s, you hit the mid 2000s. You had Encore.
But what about the Eminem show?
Oh, okay, let's not gloss over the Eminem show. I really like the Eminem show. I feel like when it comes down to history and how it's remembered, because me and you have had these discussions where you kind of debate the Eminem show with me. I was more alive. I was more there. And I don't know if that's an eye-rolling type of thing to say. I don't think it should be because, honestly, you were like a baby what was it, 2002? Yeah, you were 2 years old when this came out.
I think acknowledging your bias of, being...
I was 10 years old.
Acknowledging the bias of being a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old when the album comes out is, that's
But I still remember the reception.
Yeah, that's a part of it.
Eminem was still the hottest rapper on the planet, and he was still at his peak. This only came 2 years after Marshall Mathers LP, which was a huge album, which is like the highest selling hip-hop album ever. I'm pretty sure it is. It's the highest selling hip hop album ever. Show? No, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh,
so this came 2 years after the highest selling hip hop album ever.
Yeah, that make a little bit more sense.
He was still red fucking hot. This was years before 8 Mile even came out, so he was red fucking hot still. Yeah. The Eminem show was good. Superman was fucking great.
Eminem That's probably my favorite. A lot of joints.
A lot of joints.
It's just not the same as the other one.
You could say that it's not Marshall Mathers LP, I guess.
I don't believe it is,
but it keeps that momentum and moves forward. Not in a bad way.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It didn't dip.
Yeah, I don't feel like it declined so much where I feel like, if I was around at the time, I'll be like, oh, Eminem is falling off.
You would still have been bumping that shit and been like, okay, Eminem is just still hot.
Yeah.
Encore, people were still rolling with that, I think.
Because it was probably 2000 fucking whatever.
People were still going with it. I mean,
because I would never. Like I think some stuff
I still remember seeing this stuff on TV.
Definitively just bad.
I don't remember the hip hop head reaction because I was not like a hip hop head at the time. I was just a little kid.
I guess
I was like 12, so I wasn't like I didn't know the hip hop head reaction to Mosh. Hey, hold on, can we Rotten Tomatoes this? What's better? Probably Metacritic or
I don't know. I probably would go Rotten Tomato.
I'll go Metacritic
for an album. I would go Metacritic for albums.
Yeah, I'm going Metacritic. So what are we looking up? Encore?
Yeah.
Let's see the critical reaction. Ooh, 3 out of 5. What? Is that bad? 64? Generally favorable reviews, but it's a 6 out of 4. And on the user side, it's a 7.2 out of 10. So it's like average.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah. So we got that. And then Eminem show. Let's see if it's a drop off here. Like we're saying, the Eminem show got a 75, so yeah, it is dipping. And then we go Marshall Mathers LP. Ooh, Marshall Mathers LP got a 78.
That's weird. Yeah. See, that's why I just never really refer to because I like certain stuff is just like what.
But is a 78 bad? I mean,
it's not bad, but
like 100 in the 90s. I mean, but these are classic albums.
I'm like, come on now, bro.
You would think it'd at least be in the 80s, but it's close to 78. So there's a noticeable dip going on here. Like it's trending downward is what you see.
Yeah.
But I think nobody's surprised about that. Everybody knows what we're here for. What is the next album we got coming up after that? We went over Encore Relapse. Oof. That jumped off a cliff.
You can keep 3 a.m.
Hey, hold on, but this is Tyler the Creator's favorite album. This is the greatest Eminem album to him.
I never heard that take. You bring that up every now and again.
No, he just reappeared on Twitter talking about this not too long ago. About how like it was like an anniversary for Recovery. Like it's almost 10 years old. And Tyler was talking about like this was the greatest album. He loves like this fucking weird like on drugs Eminem talking about like being molested. And no, you could see that because Tyler loves that type of shit. That was all his whole early work. I feel like was influenced in a weird way by the Relapse album of like.
I guess.
Have you listened to this album thoroughly?
Not thoroughly. I probably don't get the feel of it like you saying.
Most songs are pretty bad.
I would imagine
and jarring.
I would imagine so.
But hey, it's
the songs that I remember from it, like 3 a.m. or
it was the beginning of the accents too.
Yeah,
3 a.m. in the morning. I was going down the corridor, and the coroner saw me out of his cornea.
Out of his cornea.
The cornea in the corridor, cornered me. So I think this was start of some of the like worst Eminem traits that we saw because this wasn't present on Eminem show. Maybe there was a little bit of it on Encore. That voice switch that everybody acknowledges from Eminem going to from the higher pitch nasally delivery to the staccato. That type of thing.
What was that song that he did that voice on?
Was it Roman's Revenge?
Wasn't that supposed to be funny?
I guess. But he does it a lot. He does the staccato thing a lot.
No, the staccato thing is one thing, but the deep voice.
No, I think he does a lot. He seems like he's shouting now in a lot of songs. I mean, I think most people can agree to that. Do you?
I gotta.
Eminem went
rhyme, and I'm rhyming, and I'm fucking.
That's why you get the Chris D'Elia joke to work, because Eminem sounds like he's shouting on a bunch of songs, whereas previously on these other albums that were critically acclaimed, Eminem. You go back to Marshall Mathers. You gotta
walk away like 20 feet.
You go back to Infinite, Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show. Eminem is not shouting on any of these. Like, it's not. It's a completely different flow. He has multiple flows, and a lot of it is more laid back and jokey. It's not screaming, and it's not, I'm not afraid, and all that kind of stuff. Like the singing, and
I don't ever want Eminem to sing.
But he loves to sing.
He loves singing.
He just wants to sing.
Eminem wants you to feel that.
It's a part of who he is. And it usually turns out to be some of his worst tracks, honestly. And I'm an Eminem fan, and I'm an Eminem defender. I will defend Eminem, okay?
I won't.
Eminem must be protected at all costs.
I won't defend Eminem.
Not really. Can we touch on the funny, which should be a meme, that also, aside from Eminem's content and his voice, is the eyes. It was the change in the eyes. Eminem is like a Gucci clone, where
Eminem's eyes and his hair just continues to
his bone struck.
Yeah,
he got like tighter skin. I love Eminem. Don't ever take this as like somebody's bashing Eminem, but there's a noticeable change. This is getting older, probably. So we got, like, I think he did gain some weight and then lose weight at points in time, because I think you can find like very few pictures of like fat Eminem out there, but you do notice the changes from him, from the eyes.
Yeah, we got like the young Eminem with like the blonde hair
and like wider eyes, and then all of a sudden he's like Steven Seagal when he came back. He came back with the Steven Seagal eyes
on the Relapse album. Really, that's when you saw that on the, or was that Recovery? When he came with the Steven Seagal eyes.
Yeah, it was somewhere like
it was Recovery when he had the black hair.
He went from the do-rags, the two-tone do-rags, to he
was wearing the Cartiers and shit,
into like the train conductor hats that all the hipsters were wearing, like in the, like, you know what I'm saying? He had like the like.
You're talking about
those hats that people were wearing a couple years ago.
The hats that you like see the whole hip hop head.
The security guard looking hats.
Yeah, what?
That is like, no, God damn it, we're on the podcast, but I need to like show you. However he looked around Recovery, it was like the old train conductor ish hat.
I thought you were talking about the hat that, like, you ever seen the hat that Billy wear, Billy Mama boyfriend wear?
I can't recall now, and I don't think, but I'm fill in some time while I look this up. Go ahead and talk about some of this Eminem shit.
But I mean, I don't know. I think Eminem, he's going through phases like any other artist. I can't wait to talk about the current
hold on.
shit.
Actually, Recovery phase was this nigga walking around in a beanie and and dressed up like a truck stop driver, like he was at a truck stop. Here, look, like this type of shit, or like he was going to the gym early morning. You know,
he was jogging. Yeah.
But it was also this whole. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That was Recovery.
But yeah, Eminem has just gone through a few stages. But anyway, let's not get too lost in all of this. Let's get back to the album. We just went over Relapse. Not very good. We're not going in depth in all these, but it's just not good to me. It's very jarring. Then you go into Recovery, which I think is okay. I think it's okay. I give it. I look upon it more favorably than you do.
I haven't listened to Recovery.
It was the first comeback album for Eminem. It was the first.
Whatever the single was, I remember that I didn't like it, so that's what I judged the whole.
Not
album
Afraid.
Off of. Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
To take a stand.
Yeah, he's flying around in the fucking
Everybody,
video. He's fucking
come take mine.
Yeah, jumping off the building.
We walk this world together. We're gonna get copyright. We walk this world together. This is an Eminem song, guys. Through the storm and every weather. Cold or warm.
Yeah, he should have got like Elton John or somebody to do that shit.
Elton John.
Like, what are you doing, Em? Like, what are you... I don't get why you felt the need to do the entire song.
But no, some other stuff was good on here too, and we gotta hurry. But I like podcasts where it's got a little spaced out. Cold Wind Blows was good. Won't Back Down was alright. This is when M started getting a lot of that rock stuff in there. He started doing a lot more guitars in his music, which is At some point, he just embraced like the rock. Like he must love rock music in some stages because he really started doing a lot of rock samples, and I think this spills over into like 2 albums after to just culminating into some really bad Eminem with rock samples, endless rock samples.
Yeah, no.
And when he's doing the rock sample, he has to yell, I think, to compete with the guitars, and it's just like everything that's wrong with new modern Eminem.
Nah, I don't ever wanna hear good. I think we should maybe stop trying to fuse hip hop and rock. Just stop.
You mean Lil Wayne didn't? I think Eminem listened to Lil Wayne's fucking rock album and was like, genius.
They did a song together when they did a song on Rebirth together.
I know, but he must listen to the rest of that shit with the with the very mediocre. Every time you fuse, well, not every time, because you have whole sections of like the rock rap thing. But every time you get rappers trying to do rock music, like Lil Wayne is going on tour with Blink-182 now, and they just did the What's My Name Again, a Milli fucking fusion.
EDM fusion.
No EDM.
Nah, we gotta add some EDM in
they
there
were playing the instrumental to What's My Age Again, but Lil Wayne was rapping a Milli over it. So, but Eminem must have heard this and been like, fucking classic. So yeah, this is when he starts getting the rock stuff in there, I remember. Then you fast forward 3 years later, Marshall Mathers LP2, which I remember being somewhat excited for. I will admit this. Because I'm like, it's the follow-up to when you name something.
I was excited for it.
When you name something in spirit, your best album, like if Doom came out with motherfucking...
Honestly, that's probably his best recent album.
Dude, if we just got an album, if we just got the picture today saying Doom and Madlib were coming out with Mad Villainy fucking...
That's what happened today with the bandana shit.
It's not the same. It's not Mad Villain, though.
It's not the same.
It's not Mad Villain.
It's not on that level.
We would have been fucking through... We would have jumped through the fucking window if they said
that's what would have been this whole...
Technically Mad Villain 3, because for some reason they had to tarnish the legacy and put 2 as a remix album. Fuck out of here. But Mad Villain 2... If that came out the true shit, nigga,
that would probably fuck up like my whole week,
Captain
year.
Murphy was like second album, boof. If it was like Earl Wolf,
yeah, certain shit is just. But so, a lot of that shit is just. I'm not even gonna hold my breath.
But you hear Marshall Mathers LP2 and you. This must be some shit.
And like I said, it's probably the best recent or current Eminem album, in my opinion.
Marshall Mathers LP2?
Yeah.
I don't. No. I would say Kamikaze's better. I listened to Marshall Mathers LP2 at the time, and I remember being kind of disappointed by it when I just heard the songs, and it was like, all right.
Maybe Kamikaze is better. I don't know. I would have to. Yeah, maybe it is.
I was not into it. Let me pull it up just to be fair. You had, and I listened to this album pretty thoroughly back then. You had Bad Guy, which was supposed to be like the sequel to Stan. No. It's supposed to be from the perspective of Stan's little brother coming back to murder Eminem 20 years later or some shit. And it had, I don't know if it was Skylar Grey or somebody singing on it. Eminem with
that sound like a fucking ghost story. Get the fuck out of here. That sound like the premise of like a Goosebumps episode. Like,
I'm also not a fan of Eminem. Okay, you got the rock things going on, but I'm not a fan of Eminem usually when he's paired with a female vocalist to sing the hook. I don't usually like those songs.
Like Walk on Water?
No, not really.
You didn't like the piano ballad, bro?
I mean, you did it with Rihanna, and you get some hits out of it with Rihanna, but even then, I wasn't huge fans of those songs. Those were like pop. The top 40.
You don't like whatever. The Pink features?
No, don't even. Parking Lot, Rhyme or Reason. This was the first track I remember. No, maybe not really, but one of the first tracks I remember, which Eminem just did a whole sample of a song and just rapped over it, which is what everybody's doing with this song, which is Time of the Season with the Zombies. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. You know that song. It's the time. That shit. Everybody's rapping over this beat for some reason. Even like I get it. The drums sound like they can be conducive to some hip hop or something, even though it was like 70s rock.
Yeah.
But he did that. I didn't like it, and I especially didn't like it because Black Hippie had done this beat on their album, and it was a little better.
Minus Rolling Stone shit.
Minus kind of a cringy hook. I think that was on the Black Hippie thing. But the hook on there is just as cringy. Instead of saying Time of the Season, he's like Eminem's got to sing and says there's no rhyme or no reason.
And I bet he harmonizing too.
And the bars are kind of whack. It's like, my dad made me feel bad. Isn't that right, Dad? And all this like
That sounds like Tally.
So Much Better. I like So Much Better. It was like him. Jill to Them is another thing. Jill to Them. Anytime he gets on a song where he's like screaming about like his romantic problems with women, it's usually not very great. Some of them, the old school ones, were great because that was your shtick. But he makes a lot of these songs where it's like domestic abuse songs and shit. So Much Better. It was like, I think it was My Life Would Be So Much Better If You Dropped It. Like he's almost emo to where he's like so wrapped up and making so many songs about women hurting his feelings.
A lot of people say a lot of people say fucking, they say somebody was the original emo rapper. It's like, fuck that. It's I
don't know who to trace the lineage back to. You're probably talking about Joe Budden.
Oh no,
because Joe Budden he was known as the emo rapper who was always making songs about like chicks fucking like relation. The same shit Joe Budden talks about today on his podcast would be the same shit he rapped about. It'd be like, nigga, you emo as fuck. But Eminem, yes, he has a lot of emo moments where he has to lash out at like women, but it's like angry emo. He just gets angry with them. He is never like sad. He just gets angry.
I fucking hate you, man.
How could you do this? Survival, which was a rock rap. I think it was on the Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or some shit soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's workout music. It's like shit that you go and like.
That's gonna be on the top of the.
This comes on
with a dumbbell on it,
right? And after that, Work Hard, Play Hard comes on, and that type of shit. You know, this is shit that you drink, that you shake up protein drinks and lift weights and shit, and hit the heavy bags too. I'm giving a full rundown of fucking Marshall Mathers LP2. Legacy, no. It's another singy song. Asshole, no. It's another singy song with Skylar Grey on the hook. Berserk, no. I liked it initially, kinda, but it's like the rock samples. No. Rap God, I liked it initially, but it does have very cringe moments, and it is infamous for the God. Some lemon, you and some human. What I gotta do to get the you some human elevated and but I do remember when it came out, a lot of lyricists were like, loving it.
So many words.
The Monster, that was a good thing. Brainless was okay. Stronger Than I Was, yeah. Headlights, no. Love Game with Kendrick, heavily disappointed.
That song was cool.
I thought it was good. You know, when you hear that,
it wasn't horrible.
You think it's gonna be a rap fest, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a.
It wasn't horrible.
It was a concept song. Why would you waste Kendrick? You don't get Kendrick to waste someone. No. Like you get Kendrick and you do like. I wasn't.
It wasn't the worst song in the project.
All right, he got better songs with Joyner Lucas. You got Kendrick and you do a like. This is like if you got Joyner and did a fucking like love song thingy. Like I don't know, man. And then we gotta fast forward. We go to Revival. It's bad. Okay, it's bad. Yes, it's bad.
It's bad. Yes.
It's bad. It's bad rapping. It's a lot of bad features. I mean, it's okay rapping, but it's a lot of cringe bars. It's Ed Sheeran on some tracks. It's fucking Alicia Keys. It's Ex Ambassadors.
Pink.
It's Beyonce. It's Pink. All these fucking fucked up features on the Eminem album. Why would I ever want Eminem and Ed Sheeran and Eminem and Pink? That means you get a lot of cringe songs. You get a lot of cringe bars in here. And
but we got to stand up for all the little girls in America that just have ever felt any bad feelings.
Eminem has a patriotic "No Place Like Home America" song on this bitch. Like, it's not good. He says,
you got to wave the American flag.
What's one of the whack lines? This is a pickle that we got to deal with. Or like, no. And so this is the album that made everybody have a violent hate for Eminem and be like, you suck. This is the album that gave the talking point. I'm going to call it right here because nobody was sitting up here talking so much shit about M.O. Marshall Mathers LP2. It kind of flew under the radar, and you even said you liked it, kind of. Revival was the album that got people disrespecting M's legacy, like, fuck that nigga, he don't make good music no more, because of that album. And it was deserved, kind of, because he made a bad album, but people really picked him apart on that album and really shit on him, and it's the effects of that are still being felt now.
Yeah.
Even within yourself, that you feel like M ain't shit, and he makes bad songs now.
He does.
And that's all because of this album that you didn't even hear. It was just the blowback from this album.
No, I heard the album.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, at the time.
The blowback from this album was so fucking strong.
I didn't hear Kamikaze. That's
that less than a year later, he released.
Yeah, he had to get his legacy back. And
bro, look at Eminem's timeline. Infinite 96, Slim Shady LP 9. The only time that he released the album the following year was Slim Shady and LP to Marshall Mathers LP. So Kamikaze came with that, and it's a good album. It has its bad moments where it's still rearing its head, some singy songs and some bad traits. But this is where Eminem gets back to rapping over fucking hip hop beats. Okay, not rock beats, not trying to catch one beats. They are rap beats with rap drums. Fucking delicious. This is what we want from Eminem. We want you to rap over hip hop beats.
I don't know what I want from Eminem, to be honest.
No, what you want from Eminem is to rap over hip hop beats with hip hop features and make good songs, and not make like fucking this other shit. Okay, so we are running along on this. So let me just go over a few of the whack bars just for shits and giggles here. Should we go with the Genius or DJ Booth? Who do you trust more?
Probably Genius.
So Eminem Whack Lines compilation on Genius. This is the title of this. Oh my god. They said I rap like a robot. Call me Rapbot. Yes, we covered that one.
Yes.
Me and Mark. No, that's a hotline. Fuck out of here. All right, let me back out of Genius.
What was it?
It's the fucking I think this is on Slim Shady LP. Me and Marcus Allen went over to see Nicole. When we heard the knock at the door, must have been Ron Gold. Jumped behind the door, put the orgy on hold, killed them both, and smeared blood on a white Bronco. That's the whole OJ scheme. That's hot.
Yeah, okay, that's
fucking
fine.
fire. I mean, he named everybody like in the OJ situation. I'm about to go to DJ Booth because that was kind of like a message board.
Somebody really put that after the robot bar?
Such a breeze when I pen rhymes. I got that air about me like wind chimes. Like your bitch when she gives me brain, like she thinks I'm dumb.
No, bro. Let's stay away. You won't get smarter from oral sex.
The way I'm kicking these fairies' tails, I should have written a children's storybook. No. Why is it they treat us like dryer lint? Oh, that's out of context. I don't know what he's talking about. Always.
Why is it they treat us like dryer lint?
Your booty is heavy duty like diarrhea. That's classic.
Yeah.
This is M's dad bar phase.
Yeah, heavy duty.
He's trying to divide us, talking about Donald Trump. He's trying to divide us. This shit's like a cult, but like Johnny, he'll only unite us. Talking about football.
Johnny Unitas?
Yeah, he was a quarterback. Like Johnny, he will only unite. The swastika, when your name carved in it, should be your trademark, because hate's all you played off, and you licked the plate off. So I guess it pays to feed off chaos. So basically, Trump, you ate off Hitler.
That wasn't bad to me, to be honest.
It was pretty forced, though.
I hate the.
He had a whole plate scheme. You licked the plate, and it pays because you ate off Hitler. You ate off Hitler. You ate off Hitler. It's cringy in this era. It's just triggered words.
I don't like the Hitler, I don't like the Hitler Trump comparisons, but I don't think that was the worst out of the bunch so far. Like, it was one of them that you said so far that wasn't bad.
Because you like a dictionary. Because like a dictionary, things are looking up. That's I need some crickets. That bar. Like a dictionary, things are looking up. All right. Anyway, we will probably come back to this. We could probably do a whole episode on certain rappers' wackest bars. Wayne and them specifically.
Yeah, because they have so much content.
Is it going now? But let's go ahead and get through this.
It's going right now. But
we got
Bad Brains. I feel like we should just
one of the founding. All right, one of the founding. I would probably say on the Mount Rushmore of 80s hardcore. I would say you got Bad Brains. Tell me if you disagree. You got Bad Brains, you got Black Flag, you got Dead Kennedys, and you got Misfits.
I don't know enough about the Misfits to put them up there.
Well, you can attest that you still see people walking around today with the fucking random like Misfits logo just on shit.
Yeah.
Very influential. I think those would be the 4 most influential bands to me.
Yeah, I could.
I mean, maybe you can.
I could attest to that.
Be a historian here and be like, well, maybe the Germs or other shits like that. But the Germs did not last long enough. They were only around 1 album, and then he died. So no disrespect.
What's more punk than that, though?
He was very punk. He rode around in glass and did a lot of drugs and died. But yeah,
niggas ain't with it.
But yeah, so Bad Brains, Black Flag. Dead Kennedys, Misfits. Don't tell me Minor Threat. Stop it. No, anybody who would probably try to put a Minor Threat in there. But
you said that was your favorite hardcore group, I wouldn't be like, what? I wouldn't be like, that's that wouldn't be like that's lame or that's stupid.
They couldn't be over Misfits or Black. They're not better than any of those other four though.
I don't think so.
But we got Bad Brains on the list, and we will be going over Black Dots, which was released
Black Dots. It was in 79 or something like that.
Yeah, it was actually recorded in 79. It was released in 96. So that's weird. That's a weird thing to record something in 79 and not have it actually be released until 96.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of confusion kind of going over like what's the true first album, especially on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Where some people are saying the first self-titled album is not an album. It was a EP, and Rock for Light was the first album, and I Against That. But so whatever. But this was recorded before all that. This was recorded in 79, and this album, it gets,
I think it's
fucking spectacular at points. It's a collection of live sessions recorded. Here, let me pull it up. Actually, let me be professional. But go ahead.
I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to say this, but I think it's probably their best project to me. But that's the thing. Like their self-titled it shares so many of the same tracks.
And Rock for Light.
I never listened to Rock for Light.
If you listen to Rock for Light, it's like the first album with extra songs, but just in like HD. Like they recorded it way cleaner.
Yeah.
So on Black Dots, on Rock for Light, and on the self-titled album, you got a lot of overlap of the same songs.
Yeah, but I mean,
Rock for Light is a studio version of all these songs, though. This is a recorded session.
I wonder why they only got these songs and then those songs on fucking Eye for Eye. I mean, Eye Against Eye. Like, where's the rest of the songs? Bad Brains.
Eye Against Eye. I think Eye Against Eye. There's no song like
that's pretty much original.
That's the solid album with no overlaps anywhere.
And I'm gonna roll with the self-titled being like the definitive one, I guess.
A lot of punk bands recorded like the same songs over and over for like different projects. And that's always good though, because you get different takes of them.
I think a lot of older groups did that period.
You get a lot of different takes of them.
Yeah,
and that's interesting to hear. You know.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear, especially when I'm as into a group as I am the Bad Brains.
Like Black Flag did it, and you can just pick like whichever singer you prefer over that. Because some Black Flag songs I specifically like Keith Morris to sing. Nervous Breakdown without Keith Morris is kind of like you need him on that. Six Pack was recorded with Dez Cadena, but Henry Rollins is the definitive Six Pack version of me.
Yeah, I don't. Those are the only two singers I really give a fuck about in Black Flag.
You don't care about
everybody else. I don't want the Puerto Rican.
You don't care about Chavo, the Puerto Rican nigga.
Puerto Rican nigga.
You don't like Dez?
You can keep Dez. You can keep nigga. What you gonna get? You gonna join Black Flag next? Who else gonna be the next singer? I'm alright.
They got a bastard album floating out there, which is like the new album that was released a couple years ago, but it gets ugly.
Yeah,
They got the Puerto Rican guy.
I'm not trying it.
They couldn't go get Henry Rollins.
If Henry Rollins released a new project, I would much rather listen to that than the new Black Flag joint.
Were you ever in the Rollins band?
A little bit, but not as much as Black Flag. But
all right, let's not detour. Let's get back to Black Dots here. This was a really good album, and I think what makes you say this is probably the best recorded material, the sound quality to some of these some of these classic Bad Brain songs is fucking. First off, they're playing fast, they're playing tight, and it's fucking. It just feels raw. The instruments, the guitar, the buzz off the guitar, and the bass.
Yeah,
people really love that buzz on some old punk stuff, especially some of the lower quality sound quality ones. That buzz you get it off the guitars type of thing. That's on this album, but like almost in HD. It's fucking great.
Yeah, this whole album, I think a standout thing about this entire thing is that it just got a certain texture to it, a certain lo-fi,
but like not lo-fi. Almost.
Yeah,
it sounds like it was live recording with nothing but the best recording equipment in 1979. So like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it sound live, and it just sound the entire thing just sound like it just got a certain texture to it, like a certain noisy, just kind of gritty texture to it that flows from each track to one another. Even the reggae joints.
The reggae joints are nice on here too.
Yeah.
Like, and if you go to even some other live Bad Brains albums, like the recording doesn't come off as nice as this one is. And this was said to be, I don't know if it was like a studio basement, maybe a studio basement, probably. But it said this was in like recorded in a basement. And this was 79. Like
how and Don Zitaris. Shout out Don Zatara, bro. We wouldn't have this album without you.
So just think about trying to record this and capture this type of sound quality in '79. Fuck. Like, what were they recording off of? Was it some real to real shit still?
Yeah, it was still tape. They probably had a lot of the good mics. You know, it was a lot of good mics out in the '80s. You know, it quality recording, you know, existed in the '80s. It was just in the '80s. It was just kind of more difficult to record. You know, you can just
in a basement somewhere.
Yeah, you couldn't just sit in my room and do an entire.
Like compare this like to some of the other punk albums that were recorded through like a tin can and a straw. Like, what the fuck was that? Okay, let's do a quick rundown because this is a 16-track album. It comes in at 34 minutes 35 seconds, which is pretty long for a punk album, almost around this time.
Yeah.
I mean, not a punk album because you have some longer, like, I'm talking about for a hardcore album.
Yeah. How long is it? You said 30 minutes?
34, 35.
Nah, I think that's perfect. It's kind of long for a punk album, like you said.
A hardcore album,
specifically. Yeah, I think that's perfect though.
Hey, we get one of those window sounds. I hear this in a lot of podcasts, like the window sound.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna start with "Don't Need It." Do we really need to do like a song by song? I guess we could touch on stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't have notes right now.
I want to touch on certain songs.
Yeah, just touch on certain songs. Let's go over overview.
The first track is shit. Okay.
Are these two separate things happening?
Yeah. That sucks. Hello? Hello? Wait, just wait a second. I'm doing something real quick. Just wait a second. I'm gonna be out in a few minutes. All right.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. It kind of cut off at a convenient time, I guess.
Yeah.
We could just give
that's kind of stupid though. I could have sworn I told him to come at like
2:30. We could do an overview of the album.
Yeah.
That was a good episode though. It was coming together pretty good.
Yeah, we could. Make sure I got all my shit out here. This nigga funny. But he had to be at least expecting that. Like, nigga, like, fuck. Yeah, don't. Are they letting them in?